What's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick review on Matrix Resurrections. I just saw it last night. I have some thoughts. All right, so let's not waste any time and get right into this review. I'm not going to get too technical. I'm not going to throw too many stats out there for the film. I'm just going to get to the point and talk about my thoughts. Didn't like it. I felt like it was a big disappointment. The movie felt cheap to me. It looked cheap. It had not so great acting. The writing to me, not great either. And it's like such a disappointment because, you know, the original movie came out in 1999. I don't know when the third one came out. I'll throw that up in stats. Yeah, I mean, it's a long anticipated fourth film. And the expectations were pretty high for this movie. I mean, a lot of people love The Matrix. And for this movie to be a letdown, God, that's so disappointing. And truthfully, I don't even blame or fault Keanu Reeves. I don't fault Carrie-Anne Moss. I just feel like they were in a bad film, a bad Matrix sequel. Not to say that the second and third one were great films, but this movie, it's pretty bad. Like I said, the writing for it, it was convoluted. There was so much going on. Some stuff just flat out didn't make any sense. From the damn jump, the movie felt cheap. It looked cheap. It looked like something that belongs on television, like USA Network. I don't even know if they're around anymore, but something like that, like a cable TV movie. Action sequences as far as like fighting, pretty much atrocious. Nothing like the first movie. The first movie was fun, it was innovative, the stunts were pretty cool. This one had like that shaky cam look, zoomed in. They played around with the frame rate. It just looked like they didn't put a lot of effort into this movie. It seemed very, very rushed. Now, I mean, there's some backstory with this. I believe that WB pressured the original directors, the Wachowski brothers or sisters at the time now, to come out with another sequel, and they really didn't want to do it. So that kind of makes sense because it seemed that way. It seemed like the movie was rushed. Spoilers, I felt like it was a mistake not bringing in Hugo Weaving, you know, in some capacity besides flashbacks. Same thing with Lawrence Fishburne. Now, the movie does take place many, many years after the first film. You know, for those of you guys who have seen it, the machines rebuilt Neo. They resurrected him. Same thing with Trinity. And I kind of figured that was the case at the end of the third movie. So that kind of like wasn't a shocker. You know who else was exceptionally bad in this film? Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett Smith was so damn bad in this film. Her character was elderly. She was vastly aged. And her voice for an old person was just freaking terrible. She just did not pull that off. She just doesn't have the presence. She can't carry, you know, a role like that, in my opinion. Just doesn't have the acting chops. Not to say that she's the worst actress, but that specific part, not good. What else can I say? A lot of cringe, very cringy. They regurgitated the whole Neo and Trinity love story thing, but that was expected because the Matrix films pretty much revolved around that story. So I kind of was like okay with that. Carrie-Anne Moss is a damn vampire. They say that Keanu Reeves is the vampire. Carrie-Anne Moss is a vampire. She looks damn near the same. I don't fault Carrie-Anne Moss, like I said, or Keanu Reeves. I really don't. I was happy to see them back reprising their roles. That was kind of cool. That's kind of like what pulled you into watching this fourth film. The trailers look cool, but man, was I disappointed. If I could put a letter grade on it before I continue with this short review, I mean, I'm going to give Matrix Resurrections like a C-, a D. Didn't care for it at all. Honestly, I actually like Reloaded and Revolutions better. And that's not saying a whole lot. What else can I say about the film? The guy that played Doogie Howser, his name escapes me right now, but his role was pretty bad as well. I don't think he pulled it off. He was not the architect. He was the analyst in this movie, the analyst guys, which was like a very similar role. Cringe factor through the roof. The writing was just so bad. I mean, they were trying to be witty. They were trying to have dialogue that kind of parallels what's going on with the world today, you know, themes going on today, and just came across as cringe. Yeah, guys, I really don't know what else to say about the film other than I was disappointed. That final action sequence, it was okay. I mean, I thought it was interesting. That's another thing. The CGI for it was very hit or miss. Some scenes looked okay. Some of the CGI looked just cheap. You know, the first Matrix actually had better CGI. Believe it or not, that came out in 1999, which is pretty sad. It just goes to show you that this movie was rushed. It didn't seem like they put a lot into it. I don't know what the budget was, but it didn't look like they dumped a lot into this movie. Apparently, they're going to have more sequels, I think 2 more. With the way this one ended, that's not a shocker. I mean, if we get Keanu Reeves back and Carrie-Anne Moss, okay, but they better do something else. They better, you know, somehow bring in Morpheus. I know they had a Morpheus-type character in this movie. Didn't really work. Same thing with Hugo Weaving. They had a quote, Agent Smith, you know, the new Smith. He wasn't good as well as far as capturing the Agent Smith vibe. I guess I really don't have a whole lot of positive to say about this film. It wasn't the worst film ever, but because The Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time, you know, I seen that thing in the theater like 3 times. You know, it's one of my beloved movies, a special place in my heart, part of like my youth. And yeah, I was very, very disappointed in this sequel. I was very much looking forward to it. Yeah, my grade stands. I'm going to say C-, maybe even a D. I got so many gripes. I could just keep going. Neo's abilities, they were just like so repetitive. It's like, okay, you can make a force field. You know, it's The Matrix. I mean, you want to see awesome visuals. You want to see groundbreaking special effects in the tradition of The Matrix, and it failed. It didn't do that. I'm done. I'm just trashing this movie at this point. I don't have anything else to say, really. For those of you guys who saw it, let me know in the comment section, what did you think about The Matrix Resurrections? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you looking forward to more sequels? What would you like done in the future films? Do you want them to just stop? Because I feel like this movie was blasphemy. But that's it, guys. That's all I got. Thanks for watching this short review. If you enjoyed it, first time at the channel, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.